I wrote The French Driver during the lockdown and pandemic. At the time, I knew technologies were changing, ideologies were changing as well. During the pandemic and lockdown, I read a lot, I watched a lot of movies, and I worked on this story. Then I imagined that one day I'll make this film. Fast forward 2025, it is the night before production. My nerves are shot. My body is nervous. I was consuming a lot of bad foods and sugary drinks, and when you're in production, pre-production, you don't think about that, and you're basically damaging your body. So I wasn't really in the right state of mind because I was so focused on this production, and a lot of things were happening in my personal life. Um, Friendships were changing, relationships were changing. I remember driving to set. It was very cold. I had drinking my second cup of coffee. By the time it was 8 o'clock, we had to be there around 9 o'clock and start filming at 10. And I pulled over to the side to check my phone because it was ringing, from other calls. And then I checked my messages. It turns out that the two PAs that I had hired, they weren't able to work that day because of an emergency. And so I just told them, "Oh, it's okay, no worries, we're gonna move forward." And so when I arrived on set, I saw Carlos Corral, the sound operator and sound mixer, and Jaime Blanco, the director of photography. When I saw them, I knew that things were going to be okay. And now I have to thank Adrian and his wife Alyssa for allowing us to film at their home, because a week prior, one of my friends had informed me that we couldn't film in his house because he was leaving town, that he had forgotten. And so I had asked Adrian, the lead of The French Driver, and luckily he was able to help us out on that. If you've ever done feature films, short films, you're at the mercy of locations and how locations change. And so luckily, we're able to secure a location. Now, I had worked with Raquel Gomez in the past on several productions here in El Paso, Texas, and it was awesome working with her again. And I knew that day working with Raquel and Adrian, their talents were going to shine through on those scenes, and I knew that we were going to have a good day, which we did. And after lunch, we had a second setup, and that was fairly easy. It was outside, and no issues. I think the biggest thing when you film outside is the wind, but luckily we had that covered with the audio. But in all, the day was successful. It was a good day for filmmaking. And coming from Cut the Tech, which we wrapped up in 2018, and I edited in 2019, and it was released in 2020. Fast forward to the third feature film. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. It's like riding a bike. You get back into the groove of it, directing, and it's a good experience. We can live in our minds, we can build doubt, but we can also create hope. We can better ourselves, we can set goals, we can achieve them, we can create our expectations and experiences. And so the first day of shooting on The French Driver was very successful. And if you've ever been in that situation of are things gonna unfold well, is how are you going to react when something happens. And that's your responsibility as a director, a filmmaker, is have a plan for the plan, and take action, and make sure that you resolve the issues, and resolve the problems that arrive on set. And so with that, it was a good day. It was a good day for the production of The French Driver.